prophecies are carnal. Your prophetic words are carnal because you do not have the Spirit of God operating through your judgment system. Your filter is your own carnal understanding of the scripture. So that's why we are reduced to prophetic words that the Lord is coming back. All right, he is coming back. But in the meantime, what else is he saying? We don't need a prophet to know that the Lord will return. All we need to do is read the scripture. But we need a prophet to allow us to understand the temperament and the tone and the tenure and the movement and the sensibility of heaven. We need prophets to open up their mouth and allow us to understand the mind of God migrated to the mind of man. I don't need you to tell me I'm in sin. I know that. That ain't prophetic. That's observation.
It's hovering all over this planet right now. The 2/3 that are supposed to be cut off, Satan is marking those individuals. He's hovering all over the planet, marking these people. He's warning a lot of these celebrities. He's warning a lot of people who are in positions of power. He's warning everyone on a daily basis to get right. Stop playing with the Most High. He has laws, he has statutes, he has commandments. He ain't playing with us. Like, why don't you see it? Stop looking at all these quote unquote content creators. They got millions of people watching them, and they're not doing anything for the people. And they're not giving reverence and honor to the God of Israel, the Most High God. Stop honoring these people. Stop validating them. Stop idolizing them. They are treacherous thieves. You want to know where Kevin Samuels went? A lot of people want to know, right? Well, let's hear from him.
I'm still going to hell. I am going to hell, and you are all joining me. Let's see. Let's get up, people.
I am going to hell, and you are all joining me.
The reason they got those positions of power is because they made an agreement with the dark realm. They made agreements with the dark forces to lead countless souls to hell. We supposed to mourn over his death when he made an agreement with death? He made an agreement with death. You don't think the Most High God is kindled in anger? Ecclesiastes 2:11. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrote, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. See, wherever Kevin Samuels is at right now, and I let him say it, all the work that he did on this planet, everything that he put his hands to do. I heard Kevin Samuels come out and say, yo, in order to make it on social media, you got to put in 60 hours a week. Oh, his work ethic was impeccable. We're not going to sit here and lie. The man had a great work ethic. He was putting out content. Oh, he labored. But guess what? The Most High God say it's all in vain. You didn't profit anything under this sun. And the same demonic people that you were working for, yeah, the boule, the same people that you were dealing with, they just going to take all your resources back. That's how it is. It funnels right back. Except for the crumbs that's going to slip through and the righteous going to grab, because that's how it's going to go. That's how it's going to go. I ain't lying to y'all. Sin Magic Girl, thank you for the $50 contribution. Highly appreciate it. Marcus Curry says, very important that you expose, G. Craig G. Lewis as well. I'm not, listen, don't just start throwing out names. Let's not do that. Thank you for the contribution. I appreciate it, but we're not going to do that. Oh, no, right now we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels. Somebody said he told women the truth. Kevin Samuels told lies mixed with truth. Ladies and gentlemen, what is a lie that's mixed with the truth? A lie. Somebody said, what falsehoods did Kevin Samuels speak? Listen, I already recognized and realized there was going to be a lot of Kevin Samuels worshipers in here. Listen, the interesting part is that you asked that question after he just told you he was leading people to hell and he was going to hell. But if you need to know, if you really need to know, you know what's a falsehood? Telling women that they can't get a husband unless he's making over $100,000 a year. That she should set her standards to a man making over $100,000 a year, which is vanity. Vanity. Knowing the current economy, knowing the current situation of our people, knowing that has women searching for a unicorn, wondering why we got so many single women out here. Their expectations aren't right. At the same time, claiming that our women, you know what it was a real falsehood when he said our women, this is what came out of his mouth, that our women were the most unattractive women. Yeah, Kevin Samuels said that. He said that out of his mouth. He said melanated women, black women are the most unattractive women in the world. And he said that's based on science. That's what he said, which is total folly. Total folly. How could that be the case when every single nation known to man came from the black woman's womb? That means she would have to be the standard of beauty. And I'm an individual who hold our women accountable. I get chastised and crucified for it all the time. But I ain't going to sit here and lie and act like they ain't the most beautiful women in the world. Kevin Samuels did that because he has a hatred for these women. What? I know people are going to be upset, but let's make this clear. Kevin Samuels, who was in the midst of the industry, you know, bumping heads with Future, partying with the rappers, Kevin Samuels made an agreement with death. See, when you play in that realm, you make an agreement with death. All these puppets who are being used are making agreements with death. See, Kevin Samuels, he changed the trajectory of our family dichotomy as we know it. He made women get unreasonable thoughts of what a husband should be. They are looking for a high value man who makes a certain amount of money when really what they needed was a spiritual covering. He bashed and shamed the hardworking everyday man that was out here getting it, working at the post office, working at UPS, working at the warehouse, grinding hard to succeed and make ends meet and provide for a family. So you got all these women with these unrealistic expectations that further divided a people that's already broken, which further adds to the depopulation agenda. So you know what Kevin Samuels did? He made an agreement with death, and he caused a great divide, a great gulf was fixed between our families, because what he put out, even in his death, there's mass confusion. This ain't about celebrating his death. This is about recognizing how he lived. Because a lot of people need to get their minds right and repent. That's what needs to be done for people who idolize this man. James chapter 4, verse 14.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Eli Talks TV. I'm back with another video, and in this video I want to talk about the angel of death, the death of destruction. I want to talk about Abaddon, this angel of Apollo, this angel of sudden death, sudden disease, this angel of certain events, certain natural disasters. I want to talk about this angel because it's like this angel, right, in the New Testament that was talked about in Revelations. You can see it being manifested throughout this earth. Why do you say that, Eli? I say that because people around you, people as you know it, are dying at a rapid pace. Have you noticed that? Has anybody noticed how people are going, just going away, just dying? I'm talking about school shootings in Philadelphia, I just heard, shootings in Chicago. Like, these things are happening rapidly. Why are these things happening rapidly like this? Why are people dying left and right, celebrities? Why are people's schools and all this good stuff being shot up, homes being robbed and shot? Why are these things happening so much at a rapid pace? And it brings me back to Revelations. It brings me back to the spirit, the angel of death. This angel was passed on by the 7 plagues, the 7 angels. And within these plagues, you've seen natural disasters, you've seen death, you've seen sickness cross the land. And when we point blank these things from the beginning of this pandemic to now, we've seen these things happen in chronological order. I'm talking about in chronological order. You've seen celebrities dying. You've seen sickness and disease being passed amongst people in America. You've seen these things happen. And it's like, this all points back to Revelations. This all points back to the spirit that's on this land. These school shootings, right? That's happening quickly. I'm talking about quickly. What does that tell you? What does that show you? What is that telling America right now? That's telling America that something is happening. Something that's not something that's not physical. Because if you can get up, right, and I'm talking about the school shooting, one of them school shootings that happened, if you can get up with an AR and a gun, a pistol in your hand, right, and go into school and shoot up all types of teachers and kids at the same time, and then shoot yourself or just die by, police hands, something ain't right up here. Something ain't right up in your mind, up in your state of mind. And I talk about the state of mind because I talk about which voices are we listening to in America. And you can see which voices these people are listening to when they go up in school and shoot these schools up, when they go up and buy ARs and guns and all that other type of shit. You can see what type of voices they are listening to. You can see what they're being governed by. You can see what America is being governed by. See, everybody want to talk about religion and how it's fake and Christian and how it's fake. Everybody want to talk about, oh, God ain't real, this and that. But look at your world. Your world is under chaos. What other energy is there other than love and chaos? What other energy is there? You know what I'm saying? So which one is America serving right now? Which one is America giving more obligation to right now? It's war. America is giving more obligation to chaos and war because we want it our way. We want it to be done in our will. We want it to be done in our timing. But what happens when people get emotional and get unimpatient, unresponsible, unaccountable? No one takes accountable for their own emotions. Then you get rage, you get outbursts, you get shootings. Because nobody is controlled. Nobody is governed by a higher power, by God. Nobody is governed by the right voice. Because the wrong voice has been speaking to these people for so long. And you see suicide rates going up. You see marriages failing. You see cheating going on. You see all these things happening, scamming, robbing. Because they're listening to this voice. Whether they know it or not, subconsciously, consciously, they're listening to another voice that's guiding them to do these things that are evil. That are evil as hell. And they don't even realize what side they're on. They don't even realize what team they playing for whenever they do things like this. Whenever you see stuff like this, you realize what side, you realize the side that they playing on. You realize what they came here to do. See, there's a such thing as narcissists, and then there's a such thing as God's children, empaths, or what you could say. There are such thing as God's children. There are such thing as the 144,000. Then there's a such thing as Satan's children. These narcissistic, soulless beings that walk this earth and do nothing but evil among other people. These people are governed by the spirit of demons. These people are governed by their emotions. These people are not governed by logic or love. There is no love or logic within these people because they would not be able to act within those acts and do those things if they were not governed by that in specific. You understand what I'm saying? So when we can draw the conclusion on that, on this angel of death that's going on right now on this earth, you will start to see more of that. I told y'all it's only going to get worse. I told y'all this. I told y'all it's only going to get worse. I told y'all it's only going to get worse and worse and worse because everybody thinks that they can do it without God. Notice how whenever people took God out the school systems, prayer out the school systems, that shit just got worse. I'm talking about we had to go on lockdowns, everything, just to preserve the students, just to have some type of safety. All of these things started happening as soon as they took God out the equation. As soon as America forgot about God. Now you see all this chaos going on. But they think it's their will. America is saying to God, let my will be done on earth and not God's will. So what happens when you go your own route? Your whole destiny, your whole journey gets thrown off. And so now you have all these problems arising within this earth and we don't know where it's coming from. We don't know how it's happening. Oh, we know how it's happening. You would know spiritually that everybody is spiritually dead right now. Everybody is walking zombies in a land full of Babylon. And Babylon is falling rapidly. You cannot depend on this system no more. You cannot depend on these politicians no more. You can't depend on the president no more. Because all of what they're doing, all of these tactics that they're trying to portray, is all leading you closer and closer to death. It's all Babylon is leading you closer and closer to the angel of death, and it's taking these people by a landslide, by storm, because they are not covered by, the blood. They talk about in the Bible how, there would be lampposts that this angel of death would go across people's houses. And whoever didn't have the blood covered on their house, and this angel would come in and they take that family or those individuals. They take them because they weren't covered by the blood. So what happens when we are walking in our own will? We are no longer covered by the blood. That angel of death can go ahead and snatch you up because it's allowed to do its job. This is Revelations, and this is Revelation prophecy that you are seeing right now. We're living in that. We are living in Revelation prophecy, whether you like it or not. This angel of death is taking these people up and snatching souls left and right. And people have got to wake up to the fact that, listen, if I don't change my life, I could be gone here today or gone tomorrow. Based on how I live this life, based on what I've done for people, based on how I serve my God. These are things that people need to start thinking about. Because you're not going to be here to enjoy and last in Babylon for so long. You're not going to... Satan ain't going to give you a good deal, man. He's not going to give you a good deal. He's going to let you pleasure. He's going to let you indulge in some of his pleasures. Of course, he's going to let you do that. But it's going to come with a price. It's going to come with your soul. It's going to come with you having to sacrifice something. You have to slowly die to what's holy in you. You have to slowly dim your light to what's holy in you. And you're going to have to sacrifice that light in order to be a part of this world. And that angel of death going to snatch you up right in the middle of what you're doing. Because it's like you didn't see it coming. They said that God going to come in. He going to come in like a thief in the night. He's going to come like a thief in the night. So you have to be aware of all signs. Now, what you're seeing right now is the angel of death. You're seeing this angel take people left and right. It's taking their souls, and these people are lost. And people don't know how it's happening, why it's happening so fast. Time is moving fast. Have you even noticed that? People, like I said, are listening to the wrong voice. Listen to this evil voice that's inside them. You either got the voice of God that's leading you, or you got the voice of Satan that's leading you. There is no other voice. Your voice is not strong enough. Your flesh is not strong enough. Your will is not strong enough. you will lose in this fight. You will lose in this fight against flesh and blood. So what you have to choose is, on this day, know who you serve, know who and what voice you are listening to, and who is around you. If we are caught up, right, in our own sin and our own lust, and we are so busy listening to the voice of our flesh, it's going to always cause us to have to want more. Why is our flesh going to cause us to have to want more? Because our flesh, they say that flesh is never satisfied. The flesh is never satisfied. So you will constantly have to serve this flesh in order to get some type of satisfaction that can't really be fulfilled by nothing else but God. And what this flesh will do is lead you closer and closer to the angel of death. So I probably don't really have to say much of nothing else. You see the violence that's going up. You see what's going on. You see what's happening within these schools. You see your favorite celebrities starting to die off, starting to be killed out of nowhere, just quick, fast, in a damn hurry. You see these things happen. These things are prevalent. It's in the public eye now. And these people know what they're doing, man. These people know what they're doing. It's time to stop taking life, taking God out of the equation. It's time to start taking him back and leading yourself back to righteousness, because righteousness may be boring, it may look boring, but it's going to keep you safe. It's going to keep you safe. It's going to keep you under his will. It's going to keep you under his blood, so that angel of death don't snatch you up. So that angel don't snatch you up, because now you're not in his will no more. Now you're operating in your own will. So a lot of times, y'all, we see now with a lot of people that they're operating in their own will. That's what you are seeing nowadays. People are operating in their own will, in their own flesh, and it's getting them killed. It's getting them killed. My bad, I got started like I don't know what. But this thing is getting them killed now, because now they're having to sacrifice. They're having to sacrifice on a day-to-day basis, whether they know it or not, whether they know that they are serving God or man or Satan, whether they know it or not. They are having to compromise. You will have to sacrifice something. And everybody that's operating in this will, operating their own will, are slowly starting to die off. They're starting to die off first inside, in the inner world. Their inner world is dead. Their spirit man is dead. They have no glow about them. You know what I'm saying? They have no purpose for living. They just live life with feelings and emotions and what life leads me today. How do I feel today? Well, I'm gonna do whatever comes to my mind today and not worry about it. I'm just gonna go. That's why they're doing what they're doing. I'm just gonna go up there and shoot somebody. I'm just gonna go up there and kill a bunch of teachers and kids because I feel like it. Because I have no purpose. I have no meaning. I have no inner strength within my spirit, man. I have no glow about myself. My life is terrible. My life is in destruction. It's in shambles. I don't feel bad. I feel bad about myself. I don't feel good about myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a school and shoot up a bunch of random innocent kids and teachers that's just doing their job, and kids that's just living a life that they don't even know yet, because I'm not satisfied with my own life, because I'm not satisfied with my own self. That's what you're seeing now. I'm going to ruin your life because my life is ruined. I had a girl, right? I'm not going to say no names, just to keep the peace. I'm not going to say no names, but I had a female, right? I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to hit off this bad boy. It's already 14 minutes in. But I had a female that I was talking to. I met her off this little app. I'm not going to say the app either. But I met her off this app, and she said, I got an attitude today. I said, why? Why you got an attitude? She said, I don't know, everybody just get on my nerves. Everybody just being annoying today. I feel like everybody just getting on my nerves. I feel like everybody just being annoying today. So I was like, well, what happened? She said, she explained, and then she went right back to the situation. She started explaining how I didn't answer back on a FaceTime call. You feel me? And need to remind you, I'm with this same woman almost every day, talking to her almost every day, but I didn't answer her FaceTime call back. And she got outside of herself. She got in her feelings. And so now she wants to say what's on her mind. She wants to say how she feels. She wants to act out how she feels. Because I felt dead wrong in that moment. Even though this person might be good for me, even though this person might be trying to show me grace, I'm going to do them wrong anyway because I'm not satisfied within myself. And she told me that, hey, if I don't feel good about myself, if I don't feel good about about how I am today, then I'm going to make the people around me feel bad. And you have to realize the type of controlling, manipulative, self-destructive type of spirit that is. That's a bad spirit to be around. I don't even want to be around you at that point. Because why the hell do you feel like I have to compromise my happiness, sacrifice my happiness, my joy to make you happy? To make you happy because you're not happy with yourself. So you gonna just destroy my joy? Hell no. You're gonna have to get the hell up out of my life. You're gonna have to leave. You're gonna have to just go ahead and just leave. And we not just be nothing. Because I'm not finna compromise who I am for you because you don't feel valued by yourself. And a lot of people are fake confident. A lot of people are faking their joy. A lot of people are faking who they are, man. These people are not satisfied within themselves. So now they're acting out. They're outraging. They're having outbursts on people that have nothing to do with what they're going through inside. And they're having outbursts on these people. And these people don't know why. Where is this coming from? Because they don't like themselves. Because they hate themselves. So they got to find something else to hate that's light. You're like a light to these magnets. You're like a light to these people, these gnats. You know what I'm saying? They like gnats. They're like energy vampires. They gotta feed off something. They gotta make you feel subservient because they feel bad about themselves. They're like energy vampires, I'm telling you. She also referenced how she liked to watch the movie Blade. Vampires. You see what I'm saying? This shit connects. It all connects. It's gonna always connect. It's gonna always connect. She was interested in the movie Blade. Loves vampire movies. I'm telling you, you gotta be aware of that type of stuff. What does that say about what is that just like? It's cool to watch a movie and be in love with a movie, but if you are so indulged in that movie to where now you start to almost like act like that movie, you're too far in it. And that really says something about your character. It says something about your spirit, because something about your spirit ain't right. But we gonna get right back on topic. This angel of death. This self-serving angel, right? It's taking people rapid. And people are dying left and right. People are losing themselves. People are losing their souls. Because they don't realize what type of spirit that they really in. Everybody got this destructive spirit about themselves now. Everybody has this self-sufficient spirit about themselves. Everybody has this self-destructive spirit about themselves. And all they want to do now is kill and destroy because that's the God that they serve. That's the spirit that they're being governed by. You understand me? And until we can realize that, and until we can finally get to that conclusion within this world, within these people, and what's going on right now within this world, then we will understand what's conspiring. We will understand why people are acting and doing the things that they're doing, because the spirit of death is on these people. It's on America. It's on Babylon. It's on this land. It's infectious. It's a disease. It's spreading on people like a virus, like a pandemic. They call this the pandemic. Yeah, it's a pandemic, all right. A pandemic of straight death and fear. And people are serving that, and they're feeding into it. So I'm gonna leave y'all right there. I'm not gonna bug y'all for too long. This is already a 20-minute long video. I hope y'all got the message out of it. I hope y'all got something out of it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Got some type of information off of that. But I'm not gonna leave y'all here too long. Y'all go ahead, like the video, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. Pray you got the message. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out this bad boy. And remember that spirit, man. Whenever you see these shootings start to pile up, whenever you see these celebrities start to die off, whenever you see these people start to commit suicide on the all-time high, remember that what was said in Revelations. Remember the type of spirit that's being altered within this government right now, within this system, within these people. Remember what type of spirit that these people are of, what type of spirit that they serve. Because once you find out what the spirit in a person is, then you will be able to deal with them on a whole another level. But until we can get to the spiritual aspect of things, until we can figure out what's going on spiritually within our world, we will never be able to figure out the physical. We will never be able to figure out the inner, the outer. You know what I'm saying, me? Because we're confused in the inner. Our inner is messed up. So if our inner is messed up, then our outer gonna be messed up. And a lot of people that done those acts their inners are messed up. Their inner world is messed up. They're suffering hell inside, and nobody sees it. Nobody knows it. They're like, damn, that was a good kid, or damn, that was a good woman. Why did she do that to herself? Why did he do that to himself? Because their inner world is suffering. And it's so crazy because you can look a certain way, you can act a certain way, you can speak a certain way, you can carry yourself a certain way, and people will never know what's really going on with you. People will never know what you are really going through. People will never really know what type of spirit, what type of voice you are really serving, you are really listening to. Because it all deals with the inner world, the spirit world. What's going on with you spiritually, your spirit man, your soul, what you feed your soul on a day-to-day basis. It all captures that one little moment. We always say, oh, well, what drove him to do that? What drove her to do that? Look at the inner world. How was their mental space? If their mental space was messed up at the time, then that probably took a toll on why they did the things that they did. You know what I'm saying? So ask yourself ask people that question. Ask people, where are you at spiritually? Where are you at spiritually and mentally? Ask that question. Don't just go for the sex all the time. Don't just always go for the Netflix and chill. Don't just always go for the panties and, for ladies, don't just always go for the dick. Don't just always go for the looks and how handsome that man may be, or how much his money is, how many cars he got, what type of house he's in. Don't always just go for that. Appearances, they can only mean so much. But that man's inner world, that woman's inner world, is going to tell you a whole lot about themselves. It's going to show you a whole lot about how they live their life and how they view themselves. You can tell a whole lot about me just by how I take care of my inner man. I'm not just taking care of my physical, but I'm also taking care of my inner man. And my inner man is strong. That's why you can never defeat somebody that's really being chosen, that's really been chosen for a higher power, a higher purpose, a higher understanding on who they are. You can't really defeat that man. You can't really beat that good man down or that good woman, because her inner world is strong. That man's inner world is strong. He serves a God that always recreates himself within that inner world. He serves a God that always builds him up within that inner world, that spirit man, that soul. His soul is being served. His soul is being poured into by God himself. How can you defeat somebody like that? How can you tear somebody down like that? How can the world even tear somebody down like that? It's impossible. It's impossible, because his inner world, her inner world, is constantly being rebuilt by the one who builds it, the one who made them. So that's why it's important to have God as your inner world. God is your source. God is your strength. God is your soul, spirit, mind, body, and soul. That's what this is all about. Mind, body, and soul is out of alignment when you look at this world right now. And this angel of death is getting is taking out the trash. It's getting this shit right back into alignment. It's taking out the trash right now. This angel of death is taking out the trash of people who are out of alignment, not only with life itself, but with their inner man, their spirit man. Their inner world is out of alignment. So what does the angel of death have to do? It has to take out the trash. It's just like whenever you eat some food, right? And that food ain't in alignment with your body, your system, your temple. Or that it's like, or when you have sex, you start feeling depressed, you start feeling anxious. That individual is not in alignment with your spirit, with your body. It's not connected. So what does your digestive system do to that food? It takes it out the trash. You know what I'm saying? It takes it away. You understand me? Or when you're sleeping with somebody who's sleeping with multiple people, right? You start having these diseases because now you're no longer in alignment with what was made for you, what was truly in agreement with you. Because what's in agreement with you is not in alignment with what you are trying to agree with. Because if we are in agreement with evil, then evil will search and follow us and do harm towards us, because we're in agreement with it. We serve it. That's what we serve. That's what America is serving. America serves evil. They're in agreement with it. So why not have evil do what evil has to do? Why not have death do what death has to do? When you speak death all over people, when you speak death on yourself, when you watch death, when you serve death, then death has to do what death has to do and take you out. Because that's the energy that you've given towards that entity. When you see happy people, when you see Christians, when you see God's people, they don't even have to be Christian, but when you see good people, good happy people, that's the energy that they are serving. That's the energy that they are putting out and getting right back, and it's serving them well. And so God is also giving rewards to those who are patient and endure. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit of death right now is on this earth, man. I'm telling you right now. I hope I didn't go off track, but the spirit of death is on this earth like no other. We need to figure out where it's coming from. We know where it's coming from. It's that inner world. So figure out what your inner world is like. Figure out what your friends' inner worlds are like. Ask them, what is wrong with your mental? What is going on with your mental? And how can I fix that? How can we fix that? How can we help that? And then we can help the whole population, the whole society, or the whole community of people. You know what I'm saying? By fixing their inner world. Stop giving these people ultimatums like money and cars and luxuries. Stop making people look at that. Make people look at who they are inside. Because what happens when they get that? What happens when they get that money? What happens when they get that car? What happens when they get that house? They fuck it up because their inner world ain't right. They don't feel confident enough to get it. They don't feel confident enough to maintain it. They're not smart enough to maintain it and see it for a blessing. Instead, they still have these insecurities roaming. They still have these uncommon traits from childhood that's still roaming their livelihood, and it's distracting them. It's killing them. So stop bribing people with materialism, because materialism is only dying out. It's gonna die out with this city, and the city of sin. It's gonna die out. Everything is gonna die out. It's gonna play the way it needs to play. So just be ready, be patient. It's all coming to a sudden end, and everything as we know is gonna change. It's gonna change. So again, y'all, stay safe, stay up. Hope y'all got the message. Hope I didn't go on no rant. I hope y'all got the message of what I was trying to portray in this video. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out this thing. Deuces. Y'all stay up.